Hey, everybody. Welcome to Real Thoughts with Bob Benham. It's yours truly, Bob Benham. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since we have done an episode, and it has it's been crazy around here, that's for sure. We've had a pretty good snow event here, and I have been dealing with let's just say it's been a rough uh, few weeks. Uh, I've had the head's been messing with me. This time of year, uh, it really, really sucks. I've dealt with a lot of uh, I've lost a lot of family during this time of year. Close family, my mom, my grandfather, um, uh, very close friends, um, my grandmother. It, it's like I said, it's just a terrible time of year. My mother-in-law, uh, that's just to name a few. So it's and then just all the other garbage that goes on uh, with the holidays. Trying to put on a happy face for people, and at the end of the day, you're just exhausted from it all because the head starts playing the games of, well, yeah, you're happy for everybody, and then the reality of it all sets in, and you're going, well, this really sucked. So it's that vicious cycle that goes on, and it just really it was bad. This year, for some reason, was really bad. So I had sat down. I can't tell you how many times I sat down. I thought, oh, well, yeah, I'll sit and talk about something. And I had a couple things laid out, and I just sat down. I was like, no, this ain't happening. Just the brain was just not ready to go. And so I said, nope, uh, forget it. And I didn't. I just couldn't sit down and say, okay, let's do something. So in fact, when trying to sit down today, I said, really, do I want to? But I said I got to. This is something I'm committed to, and I've told you that. So it was. I finally said I have to get buckle down and say, okay, let's get this back rolling again, and not let the head mess with everything and put a kibosh on it just because the head playing games. So it's tough. And people that have depression, like I experience, can be very hard to get through. And what makes it especially tough is when you're far away from friends and stuff like that, that you're don't really have a good uh, support network that you can just say, hey, I need to just chill out with somebody for a while to just kind of just let things whatever, you know what I mean? So um it makes it that much more difficult uh to just work through things and just let things kind of just settle down, and get and just to be able to get those thoughts to quit, basically. So, you know, uh, for me anyway, I'm introverted to begin with, so it's not like I can just go out and make friends real easy. Um, it takes me a long time to even go out and make a friend with a neighbor. Get to know my neighbors. So it's a vicious cycle, um, to uh, uh, be able to uh, just get through each day. That's the best way to explain it, I guess. It might sound crazy. I don't know. I don't know to how other any other way to explain it or to I don't know. Uh, but it's just uh gosh, eh, to put it into words is really tough. Because to try to explain a feeling and the way something affects the way uh you think and the way uh it puts you into a certain mood or the way it makes it affects your life. um to be able to put that stuff into words, it's not easy to do. You have to be able to be able to describe it takes it's difficult to do. To even be able to talk about it is not easy. That's why people that have depression just don't talk about it. It's like that one TV commercial that you see with that and they're holding up that happy face thing. Um, I hate that commercial. I really hate that commercial. Um, but it does kind of reflect what people that have depression do. I mean, they put on a happy face all the time, or most of the time anyway. You really don't understand uh, what they battle, uh, basically behind the scenes. They're because that thought process that's going on inside their head. Um, it's a the way the brain functions is just it's a mystery. And so you're when you're talking to people out and about, um you you just you're always just, hey, everything's okay. But the brain's going, what does that person think about me? What does that person, it's always in that mode of uh how is it going to affect me personally? And well, why do it's just it's not really a paranoid feeling, although certain parts of being mental, issues, yeah, there's people that do feel that. Um, but for me, I don't feel that paranoid feeling. It's more of a, it's just, um, it's just kind of, how do I talk to somebody? How do I approach them? What do they, what would they think of me, or how would they, what, uh, I'm very self-conscious about my appearance. Um, and it goes back to when I was a kid, because I was made fun of so terribly. Um, I mean, I was brutally, brutally bullied when I was in grade school. Brutally bullied. Um, I absolutely hated to go to school. I did not want to go. Um, and because once I got to school, oh my God, my life was hell on earth. The stuff that was done to me. Um, I mean, I was verbally abused. Um, I mean, I was called names that oh God. I can't even say them because anybody that's, uh, well, let's put it this way: the woke world would go absolutely insane uh, because of what I was called back then. Excuse me. The derogatory names, oh, yeah, and this is a kid that's 6 years old to 13 years old. I mean, crazy. Um, the amount of times I was beaten, hit, struck, had my uh, limbs pulled, I had my ears pulled, I had hair pulled, I had uh, just hit, whatever. I mean, I was maced. Um, you name it. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, people, the things that was done to me, most people would just look at me and go, "There was nah, it wasn't that bad." Yes, it was. It was. I can't count how many times that I left school and would start walking home, and I would get start. I mean, there was a particular street that I walked on, and there was a building, old storefront on the corner, and I'd walk around that corner, and there'd be five of the kids from my school waiting for me, and they'd beat the hell out of me as soon as I walked around that corner. Five of them. Well, what do you do? I mean, I tried to put up a fight, but there's five of them, and I was the skinniest, smallest kid in probably that grade. I mean, yeah, I put up the best fight I could, but I'd go home, have a black eye, busted lip, bloody nose, and my mom would be like, "What happened?" I'd tell her, and then I got another beating because I lost the fight. Now, well, that back then, that's how things were dealt with. That's the discipline for whatever. And so, you know, and then dad would come home, same thing. You lost the fight. You got The belt came off and the butt was whipped again. That's that's how it was. So, it's excuse me. I got for some reason my throat's filling with crap. But it's just that was the way things were dealt with back then. Um, was it right? I don't know. Was it wrong? I don't know. Um, you can make arguments going either way. Um, I believe in a lot of ways that I'm a much better person today um, because of how it was dealt with back then. Um, I don't believe in this woke crap. Um, yes, bullying is wrong. It's bad. Um, it can lead to some very severe circumstances, and unfortunately, yes, kids take their lives because of it. Um, I will admit that I had thoughts of it too when I was that young because um, it's hard to deal with uh, supposed kids that kids that are they're the same age as you that are doing that kind of thing to you on a continuous basis, on a daily basis, and you have no recourse, absolutely none. Um, Teachers didn't care. Uh, your parents were like, fight harder, stand up for yourself. Um, you're doing the best you can to stand up for yourself, but you're going up against multiple kids. What do I mean, I mean, unless I became a bodybuilder and was like, uh, the strongest man alive and became like Bruce Lee or somebody, or like a ninja that could just, start whipping the hell out of a bunch of people at once because, martial arts or whatever. There was no way I was going to take out 5 or 6 guys at one time. It just wasn't going to happen. I mean, it just wasn't. So, I mean, I did the best I could to survive it. Um, but at you did what you could. Um, like I said, but the problem I have with what's going on today is you're never going to stop bullying, but you do have to address it. Okay. And how do you do that? Um, there does need to be um, there needs to be consequences for the actions. So there you have to have something set up for discipline, and there's no discipline anymore. These kids today get away with everything. Um, they're too everybody's too worried about being a friend to these kids instead of being parents and being educators and stuff. You have to. There's a reason why you're older than them, and there's a reason why you've been through the school and graduated, and they're just starting the school. You're there to educate, to teach, to make them understand what they're going to be going against when they get to the age that you are. And we've lost focus of that. Um, I just don't understand why common sense issues and principles are gone. Um, it makes zero sense to me. Zero. Uh, a kid needs discipline in their lives. Um, I got spanked as a kid. Did I hold that against my parents? No. No. I didn't hold I, you know, I have absolutely zero problem that my parents spanked me as a kid. I got no problem with it whatsoever. Okay? It taught me a lesson. It taught me that that the behavior that I was doing at the time was totally unacceptable and I was not to do it again. Okay? That needs to come back. It needs to come back. We need to understand that what we need to instill in kids what is acceptable and what is not. Period. And that's one way to do it. Now, if you're going to whip the hell out of the kid, then I got a problem. I don't expect you to sit there and punch the kid in the face several times. I don't expect you to be sitting there going and just whipping the kid with the belt till they're bruised and bleeding, or just, I mean, have marks up and down their backs of their legs or whatever. No, that's excessive, and then that becomes abuse. Okay, no, that's. But if you had to spank them, give a couple whacks with a wooden spoon or a paddle or a belt and say, "Hey, no, that's not acceptable." Okay, I don't have a problem with that. That's that's discipline. That makes them learn a lesson. And these kids need to learn lessons, and we're not teaching them lessons. I don't know what the hell they're teaching them anymore. And that's scary. And they won't let you. The parents are not allowed to know what these teachers are teaching them. And that's even worse. How is it that a parent is not allowed to know what a school is teaching their child? I would not allow my school kid in that school. Sorry. Forget you, because hey, if I don't know what my kid's being taught, mm-mm, no, I will teach them at home, because it's just that's nuts. Absolutely nuts. I just There's just way too much. That's just I mean, I don't understand all this stuff that's going on. I really, really don't. I you have that. And then today, this I mean, right now they've got those wildfires going on in California. And I spent a lot of time out west and in California. And LA, that part of LA, where the wildfires are at, is absolutely beautiful. Um, and I I spent time out there and been through there, and to think of everything being gone, seeing the news reports and seeing the video and the pictures of all that being gone, and knowing how large of an area that is, and all that being gone, is absolutely mind-blowing. Um, One thing I have to tell you, and it is extremely important. If you decide to make a donation to try to help out there, please, please do not donate to the Red Cross. Um, and I'm speaking from personal experience here. Um, and this goes back to when my father was in the military, from when I was in the military, from when my uncle was in the military. Um, they did absolutely nothing to assist us. And they were supposed to be the go to organization if there was a problem and we needed assistance while you're in the service. Um, and they did nothing, absolutely nothing. Um, and then you look at, if you go to I forget the name of the website now, but there's a website that follows charities and where the money goes and things like that. The Red Cross is one of the worst to donate to because most of their money does not go to help people. I think the last time I had looked, it was like only 40 cents of every dollar may go to help someplace somewhere. But when you they you always see, oh, if you donate now, it goes to help in California. No, it does not. Uh, when you donate to the Red Cross, it goes into a general fund, and maybe some of it goes to California. Uh, some of it may go to wherever, and some of it may go to another place, and some of it may go to another place. It's at the Red Cross's discretion as to where that money goes. It doesn't go. I mean, you could actually put on the check, I want this to go to California, and it will not go there. So if you want to donate and have the money be used in California, find a local church or something that's there in California that will help somebody that they're in that area, and find something reputable there. Do not go to a national organization like the Red Cross, and just don't go to the Red Cross. Don't donate to them. Um, like I said, uh, they're horrible, absolutely horrible. They will not. Uh, the money trust me, um, it probably won't go there. So that's kind of like my little PSA for that because, like I said, I'm speaking from personal experience on that one. Uh, just terrible, terrible organization. Um, I mean, and they've been, you can go and search Google, whatever, how many times they have been in trouble with their administration and stuff where people have embezzled money and they got people making millions of dollars that are supposedly running this and all that crap. And there's no way that anybody should be making any kind of money like that running a charity. No way. They should be being paid bare bones minimum, uh, because it's a charity. I mean, no. That's no. If you make more than $60,000 a year to run an organization like that, then you're a thief. No, I mean that's just please. That's just my I mean, that's my personal opinion, but it's a charity. It's supposed to be helping people. So, get out of here. Um, but yeah, find find something local so that way the money stays there, and it will help those that are affected by it. Um, I can't even begin to imagine the amount of money it's going to take to rebuild out there, with thousands upon thousands of structures that have been destroyed, um, and the thousands of people that have been displaced by this fires actually. Um, I have um, I have seen wildfires when I was in Yellowstone. I spent 2 summers in Yellowstone National Park. My late wife worked in the park for 2 summers and then, uh, stayed there in 2016, which was the 2nd worst, uh, in history in Yellowstone for wildfires that year. And, there was a couple times where we were like, we may have to run for it. Um, and when you're uh, when you were with wildfires and stuff, it's a little nerve wracking, um, to watch and to be part of, uh, and um, you always pray that the firefighters can do their job to keep it away from civilization. Um, and uh, unfortunately, uh, they couldn't. In this case, uh, there's a lot of questions as to why. Um, I've got my personal opinion on it, from things that I've read and know uh, about what happened. And I know that the winds out there can get pretty good. Been there when it's happened. I've been through the Santa Anas in LA and San Diego. They can wreak havoc, um, and it'll put you on edge in a hurry. Um, eh, but it's very tragic what's going on there. So please keep those people in your prayers. Um, I just like I said, I've been there. I know that area. Um, that's just I'm still stunned by the amount of destruction, uh, because that is a big area. Um, the number of acres, mm, they always talk about numbers and acreage and stuff, and that has no bearing on it. It's the number of structures and the number of people that have been displaced, that is the true factor in all of this. Um, so yeah, that's what we need to be focused on and stuff. So please keep them in your prayers. Like I said, if you decide to make a donation to help, uh, make it to an organization that's there in Los Angeles, that's local. Uh, so that way, it's the money stays there and does go to help there in Los Angeles. Um, it because these national, uh, no, don't give it to them because it may not get there, and it most likely won't. Uh, so that's that. Like I said, that's me knowing from personal experience. Because, like I said, everything I talk to you about here on my podcast and this, I tell you from personal experience. I'm not giving you anything that is from somebody else or from whatever. This is from what's happened to me, and that's how it's all from in the heart and from the mind and from what I've had to live and experienced. I'm not giving you any other garbage. That's I won't do that. So that's just how I am. So don't think you're getting uh, crap because I won't do that. I won't give you crap. I'm not going to do that. So that's just uh, that's just me, and I hope that for what it's worth, um, that's all I can say on that. Really, um, it's been these last couple weeks have been like I said. It's just been really tough. So much happening. Um, and too much negative negativity going as usual. Um, I don't know anymore. Things could be the one thing, and I'm just going to get touch on this for just a couple minutes, and this is just has to do with our wonderful government and the politics and garbage and I have said this forever, and it continues to apply. We have one party, two names. Okay, there are no two parties in this country. There's no two parties. There's no Republicans and Democrats. Okay, it's one party, two names. Um, because there's too much stuff that goes on behind closed doors, and all of a sudden there's stuff that pops out, and you're going, "What the hell?" That's crazy. Why they do that? And you go, I mean, there's too much that just doesn't make sense. And you go, you just can't. When you look at and read it, you go, how did they come up with that? Um, and I mean, it's just, and you could tell everything is set up so that lawyers win. Period. It's for the lawyers. If nobody else can come ahead in this deal. Um, but anyway, going to like the Trump transition, going to President Trump, and finally getting the deadhead out. Um, it's unbelievable. Well, it's not unbelievable. I always catch myself in saying that because there's really uh, nothing that is unbelievable anymore. Um, and I've actually done that for quite a number of years now. I always end up catching myself saying that. I always go, "Oh, it's unbelievable." No, it's not really, um, because it's not. I mean, it really isn't. Uh, when it comes to politics and to the government, you can't say it's unbelievable because everything that they do is designed to make something screw something up somewhere. Everything. And then when it gets really messed up, then they go, "Oh, well, we can fix that." Well, you screwed it up to begin with. Now you're going to tell me you're going to fix it. Why did you screw it up to begin with? It didn't need to be. So anyway, it's like what today the Democrats today came out. The Senate Democrats put out a video that is just the most stupid thing I've seen in a long time, where they're saying they're going to fix things for the working man and for those of us that uh, that are the lowly ones on the totem pole. They're out there for us, and they're for democracy and blah 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 blah. Well, let me tell you something. The Democrats aren't for any of that. They've been blowing smoke up our butts for 25, 30 years now, minimum. All they're out for is themselves, and I'm talking the politicians, and they're out there for the rich and the elite. And if you haven't caught on to that by now, then you can't be helped. All these special interest groups that think the Democrats are out to help them, they're not out to help you either. All they are about is divide everybody up. They're the most racist, they're the most bigoted group there is. Okay, they've always been that way, all the way back to prior to the start of the war between the states. They haven't changed, but everybody wants to make them like they're the saviors of the working man. They know they haven't. They weren't. They haven't been. Yes, for a little while there, they did back unions and stuff and all that stuff, and they ended up winning the support of unions and whatever. But even that, and it's been proven here lately for sure, they don't care about the unions. They just want the backing of the unions so they get voted back in. Once they're back in, they don't give a rat's patootie about the unions. They don't give a rat's patootie about the working man. They're all about the vote, period. They want the vote. Once they get the vote, the heck with you. That's all they're about. They're about themselves and the vote. So I'm telling you, and Republicans are exactly the same way. They're exactly the same way. There ain't a Republican up there that is worth anything. The one There was a couple of them that I thought would be decent, um, that would actually maybe do something. They talked a good game, uh, and I thought, "Wow, we might actually have something that might get done," but what happened? Well, they said, "Oh, yeah, they this and this," and they would put out all these wonderful statements saying that, "Yeah, this is bad, that's bad," and what action did they take? Big old nothing. Well, okay, talked a great game and you said some great stuff and made some great points. Why didn't you do anything? Okay, yeah, I understand it takes support and other people to sign on and stuff. Why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you make some kind of inroads and get that support? Why didn't you try for that support? Get something done. Fix it. It's not hard. Talk common sense. Make it simple. It's not hard to understand. Make a bill that says, "Stop it," or say, "This law here, repealed. Done. It's over with. Don't have to worry about it anymore. You did. That law's over with. Hey, we just ended that mess." That's how you end it. You don't have to come up with some big, really big bill and say and do all these amendments and garbage and add this to it and do that to it and do all this non wonderful wording to make it sound wonderful and You don't have to do any of that. There's so many laws out there. All you got to do is go repealed, repeal, repeal this, repeal that. Wow, solved that issue, didn't it? We don't have to worry about that mess anymore. Hmm, that was easy. Hmm, yeah, that was easy. Oh, well, got rid of that instead of having to write all these laws. Hmm, I wonder why they don't do that. Oh, we can fix it. They're not interested in fixing it. No, well, uh, it's good to be back on again. I apologize for uh, being off for a little bit. Um, like I said, it's been a tough couple weeks. Um, I I hope that I can get my head back to where it should be soon. Um, and we'll get. I am going to get more episodes going, and I'm going to try to get back to my weekly deal, if not more. I really am hoping to do at least 2 a week. Um, there's so much to talk about, just so much to talk about. Um, because there's just there's I mean, every day I got stuff in my head that I just want to say, um, and of course, uh, there's it's so funny because I get stuff that pop in my head, and unfortunately, age is not your friend. Trust me on that. Age is definitely not your friend. Um, because there's stuff that comes in my head, and I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll talk about, I'll talk about that," and then 5 minutes later, it's gone, and I'm like, "Shoot, I wanted to. What was that?" And then someone also pop up, and I go, "Oh, that's a good idea too," and it's gone. Um, but anyway, e I do like I said, today, I didn't even have anything on the in front of me to talk about. I just said, "Okay, I'm pulling the microphone in front, and whatever just pops up is gonna be there." That's what I'm just gonna say. Um, and this is it. So, um that may be just how I do it from now on. Who knows? But there's stuff that I see that pops up on when I see something pop up in the news or something that pops up wherever. Uh, um, I mean, it just may it triggers something in my head, and I might just go with it. And that's just how I'm going to do things because there's just way too much happening, and a lot of things happening behind the major stories like now it's the wildfire thing, and there's stuff going on other than the wildfire, um, and it needs to be talked about too, and discussed. And so I might just do that. I might do a couple things. A while, like, who knows, whatever. So it's going to be pretty much like that. Um, and that's pretty much how I'm going to end up doing this, because it's just something that I have to do. It's just something I want to do and have fun with. And I hope I'm not boring. I mean, I know tend to speak in monotone. I try not to, but I know I tend to. But I hope I'm not boring. I hope I'm at least somewhat entertaining. I try to be. Uh, but anyway, that'll be it for this week, and hopefully, I'll have something new here in the next couple days, and we will chat with you soon. And I hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. It's hard to believe it's 2025 already. Uh, and with that, uh, God bless you. I hope everybody's doing well. And with everything that's going on, please be careful out there. Please be safe out there. And I'm Bob Benham, and this is Real Thoughts with Bob Benham. And I hope you're all doing great. And God bless the United States of America. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.